my name is LaShonda Neal, and today's date is October the 8th, 2017. We're going to go over some bones, and the first bone we're going to go over, we're going to start with the anterior skull actually, and we'll go over some bones there. So the first one is going to be the nasal bone, which is here. The sphenoid bone is actually inside there. The lacrimal bone is right there. The ethmoid bone is right there. The zygomatic bone is here. The maxilla bone is there. The mandible is here. The frontal is there. And the vomer is here. Now we're gonna go over the posterior skull and name some bones from there. So from the posterior view, we have the mandible, which is here. The occipital, this is the occipital region. The parietal region is here. The temporal region is here. Now we're gonna do from the lateral view, which is the side. So from the side view, we're gonna just go over the ethmoid bone, which is here. The frontal would be here. The lacrimal is there. The mandible is here. The maxilla is there. The nasal would be here. And the occipital is here. The parietal is here. Temporal is here. Zygomatic would be here. And now we're gonna do the floor of the skull. And starting with the ethmoid bone, which would be right about there. The frontal would be here. Occipital would be here. Parietal would be over here. And the sphenoid would be right there. And the temporal would be right over here. All right. So the next, we're going to talk about the vertebral column. The vertebral column, first one, we're going to do the atlas, which is here. That's the 7th cervical vertebrae. And the axis is actually the 2nd cervical vertebrae here. That's the axis. The cervical vertebrae are here. This is the cervical area. The lumbar vertebrae is actually here. This is the lumbar area. The sacrum, this is the sacrum. This is actually the coccyx right here, and this is the thoracic vertebrae. Now we're gonna go and talk about the thoracic cage, okay? So this area is basically the thoracic cage. We are going to go over the body of the sternum. This is the body of the sternum. These are the false ribs, okay? These are the floating ribs. These are the true ribs. And this is the manubrium of the sternum. Okay. Now we are going to go over some appendicular, the appendicular skeleton, which will be the pectoral girdle and the upper limbs. Okay. So the first one being the clavicle, the humerus. This is the humerus bone. The radius. It's been hard to turn. This is the radius. And then the ulna. And the scapula is right here. And then we're gonna do the bones of the hand. All right. So this one would be the trapezium. This bone is the trapezoid. This bone is the scaphoid. And this bone is the capitate, the hamate, and this is the lunate. All right. We will also talk about the metacarpals. These are the metacarpals. Like I said, the trapezoid and the trapezium, the phalanges, the pisiform or pisiform, and then we'll talk about the ilium. This is the pelvic girdle and the lower limbs. The ilium, the ischium, the pubic bone, the patella, which is here. All right. The tibia and the fibula. This is the femur bone. And we'll talk about the bones of the foot. The calcaneus, which is the heel bone. The navicular bone was here. Let me actually hold him up. The lateral cuneiform is here. The metatarsals are here. The phalanges of the feet are here. The talus is here. The medial cuneiform is here. And the intermediate cuneiform is there. All right. So that pretty much sums it up. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.